So we just left my sister-in-law's house, dropping off the kids. Earlier today, I was telling my husband about this article I read where some girl was like, I guess somebody had posted an article, and it was about Tamron Hall, if I'm saying her name right, Tamron. She is married to a white guy and pregnant. Like, she literally just kind of popped up out of the blue, 8 months pregnant and married. And one of the comments was like, she would marry a white guy because the Taurus in her would be ready to go to jail if he called her, because I guess that means she's kind of feisty.
The
her
Taurus?
Sign, yes.
Oh, Taurus.
Her zodiac sign, kind of.
I thought you were saying like Torres.
Her zodiac sign makes her kind of hot-headed. And so she's saying she'll be ready to go to jail if he called her the N-word, insinuating that if you cuss a white person out, they're always going to call you the N-word out of anger. So I was telling my husband about that because I thought it was funny, because in the 10 years that we have been married before our relationship, y'all, honesty moment here, I have cussed my husband out, and he has never, ever called me a nigger.
Don't say those words.
He ain't even called me
bleep those out.
A female dog, B-I-T-C-H, out of anger. None of it. So I was just telling him about that.
That's because I've never got angry, and I've never.
Boy, bye. He, I forgot what else. Oh yeah, so where we live, it is very diverse, okay? There's white people who try to act black, and they do use the N-word in the same way that black people use it. Like, what's up, nigga? You know, that kind of way. And so he doesn't. Like, even his friends have jokingly tried to get him to say it, and he won't say it.
But it's not, for me, it's not like a white knight principle thing where, like, me and those other, like we call, they're from Independence area. Yeah. But those kind of.
Some people here call them wiggers.
Whatever. I mean, I've been called that on my. I don't really care about. When I see it, I can make the correlation. They're not saying it to demoralize, and their intention is not to be malicious and demoralize.
Right. I mean, they're using it as a term of endearment as well, but
right. But that doesn't make it right. I'm just saying. I don't go to White Knight and go, pull them over and go, you guys shouldn't say that. You shouldn't do that, because I don't care. This is my own personal beliefs of why I don't or whatever, because this is one of those ones. It's just a word that has so much weight behind it that I personally don't want to get into that weight. But going back to your anger thing, I personally, whenever I'm angry at somebody and I call them an MF or what the F, whatever, my mind just doesn't go there, because I'm mad at you for what the hell you made me mad for. So if you cut me off, my mind doesn't go to, whatever, right? If we're playing basketball and you keep fouling the crap out of me or whatever like that, I don't automatically associate your race with the situation that's occurring.
Right. And if you watch our videos, you see when he plays basketball, he plays mainly with black people.
But to me, that story or everything is a little bit more disturbing, because I'll tell you why. It's the fact that people correlate with ingrained racism into white people. It's automatic.
People, yeah.
It's then automatic, because as soon as because that to me in itself is a little racist, because you have no idea where that person came from, what they're. If you just
mean like automatically assuming that they are.
Because I could say the same thing on the flip. Unfortunately, it's a colloquial thing that these white people have got to be racist. But if you flip it around and go, if we got into it, oh man, he's gonna call me a honky, he's gonna call me a cracker right away. I don't think that right away. But at the same time, I wouldn't. I just wouldn't think that.
Probably because it's not historically.
But I'm saying, it's
not the norm. But it is. It's
not the norm.
Like in the South, mainly, I guess.
I don't think so. And I don't think it's the norm. And maybe at a time, for sure.
I've never been called an N-word to my face to face by anybody ever in my life.
But listen, this is where it gets all wishy-washy, because people have, to have your stance or to say those things. You're not solidifying the fact that it doesn't exist.
Right, of course
You're just speaking on your own perspective and things that you've
That's
encountered
just
personally.
me, yeah.
Right. But don't get it twisted that I'm not saying that people don't do that.
Right.
I'm not saying that people don't get mad. That's our first go-to, because they know that's going to strike a nerve. They know that's going to make you pissed off.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's. I just don't think that. To me, it's just such a cop out. It's just, if you're really mad at somebody, for me, there's better ways to make you angry back, or for me to prove my point, or for whatever reason. I just don't get it. And I've already said this before, and we're going into a deep tangent here. But if you saw Bernie Sanders, that same person, if they didn't know who Bernie Sanders was, and saw him walking down the street, and an old, bald, white man with glasses, I would have to think that person that said that would assume that he's racist right away, right? I'm not a Bernie supporter, and I don't know a lot about him. But I've seen him walking with Dr. King, and during the Civil Rights Movement, he was one of those people amongst the people to help fight for civil rights. Right?
Yeah.
I'm just saying that now that you get older and you look like a typical white man, an older white man, you have no idea of the person. I'm a ginger. I go out. People have no idea that I'm married to a black woman. That's fine. I could care less. All I'm saying is, it's a very broad assumption, and it does it disservice when people like that automatically assume those negative things about a group of people or whatever. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It really is, and I don't stand that. But at the same time, it doesn't upset me, because they may have that.
You mean like it doesn't upset you that people assume you're racist? Is that what you mean?
No, it would if they directly did that to me. It would make me upset. I guess I don't have as passionate feelings when they umbrella that subject or umbrella that term.
Yeah.
Her, and they go, I'm just saying that person you're talking about. If they say, well, white people I'd be like, man, that's stupid. But now if somebody said Zach, this, that, I would get irate and I would get pissed off. Just because, and people go, well, if it's not true, you shouldn't get pissed off. Nah, I disagree. I vehemently disagree with that, because I would want to stand by.
Because it's attacking your character.
100%.
You know in your heart that's not who you are. So it's like,
right.
No, I get that.
And there's an old saying, okay? Let me hear you talk for a second. Let me think of the saying.
What can I
Judge
say?
not a man on his reputation, but his character. Because the reputation is what people think you are. Your character is what you are. Okay? So my character, so reputation might be one thing. You're a HOE, okay? Whatever. But your character may be something different. It's just like if you know people in the work office or whatever. I've got this with my new job, right? So some people like this person, and they don't like this person, and whether it's kind of political. I don't care. If I know that person, and they're nice to me, that's all that matters to me.
That's how it is with me too. Yeah.
But that's
I could judge. One of my coworkers has a big Trump sticker on the back of her car, right? But I like her. I get along with her at work. She's so sweet. She hooked me up for Christmas. I don't got a reason to hate her guts. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can mentally judge her for her choices or because I disagree with her political stance, but I'm not gonna disrespect her. We get along well. Hey, I can't.
That's a whole different topic.
I'm just saying, like, because of the sticker she has on her car,
right?
She could be prejudged or
you're right.
You know what I mean?
By 100%.
But I judge the character and how she treats me and the other people in the office. But I've never seen her mistreat anybody.
But hopefully, since you were a young person and you've grown up through whoever you've been dealt with, whether it's Sean LaShonda or your mom or whoever, hopefully they've taught you those values young enough to go, that's the right way to think. You can't be a conservative of a different ethnicity and not be a white person or whatever, or if you're voting for Trump or whatever, you can't automatically assume something about somebody like that. That's an unfair representation of. Unless
they one of the people who be on Facebook, Facebook thugging.
But hold on.
There are them Trump supporters.
Whoa.
Black people.
Whoa. But right then, you just explained that that's their character.
Right.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. That's
But them
completely,
same
that's
people
not the
who do
same.
that on Facebook, I think in person they would be actually, I think they would be nice.
Possibly
Be
not.
like to front and act.
That's an
way.
assumption. That's an assumption.
Not all of them.
I'm saying
but there are some who are like
that could be, but that's fake people in real life calling me racist, saying, "Oh my God, you so cool," and go, "I'm trying to get with your man." Da 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 da. Listen, I'm just saying, that's not just politically whatever. It could.
Yeah.
My point being is, it's just you gotta judge people for who they are until they give you a reason not to be around them, and that's 100% the truth. But if you brown out there and you get it to a white person, call them the BI, and if they call you a BI, then y'all squab over that.
What's the BI?
BI. Would y'all squab over that? Y'all give each other dap. You say peace out. I'm speaking jive, so your core audience will know. I'm sorry. If you guys have problems and you verbally attack each other with vernacular, you would need to rectify the situation by compromising. And if not, then you will have words and you will cease to engage in conversation and go your separate ways.
That ain't true.
Is
Y'all
that
should
better?
see him when he get mad at people.
Is that better? Or you want me to go back to my lingo? So listen, man. If y'all squabbing at the gums, listen. All y'all do. What?
I said there was something else I wanted to talk about and I forgot what it was.
Politics?
Since we're still on race, you want to stay on race? Why did you marry a black girl? Why have you only dated one white girl in your whole entire life?
I didn't date her.
You know what I mean? Why have you only dated black women?
You said date. And a lot of them I didn't date.
Because of your friends?
Huh? What'd you say?
I said, why have you only dated black women?
I'll tell you why. And that's a great answer. Because right now is, if, you know, okay, let me put it like this. When I see a woman over there, I can absolutely say she's attractive or she's not attractive.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm not one of these people that go out there and go, I don't notice any other women. I didn't even notice her over there.
I show it like that because I'll be seeing some stuff.
I'm saying, how could you not? You literally have eyeballs, right?
Yeah.
You literally have eyeballs. And I think women are better than men. If I see something or she sees something, oh man, she look kind of good. I'll be like, oh yeah, she does. Da, da, da. Now, a man on the other hand, a man will be like, oh my God, he look kind of good. I'm not gay, bro. You can't. It has even nothing to do with that.
Women definitely do better at complimenting each other.
No homo, bro.
Yeah.
Anyways, that being said, it really never mattered to me. And I'll tell you, it's just the fact of who I was around mostly and who was in my life. So my best friends are black. All of them are black. So I hang around them. We go to parties.
You're not that kind of black friend like, well, I have black friends. And it's just somebody you talk to on a regular basis. No.
We would be hooping in the hood, go to house parties. Yeah, just whatever. I was in some circumstances that were questionable. Let's put it that way. But anyways, that was it because that's who I was around.
Yeah.
So at house parties, whatever, the majority was black. This, that, and the other. But also the things that I was into: hip hop, movies, skating, all those kind of things that
it was predominantly black settings.
Right. So, if there was a white girl there that looked good, 100% I would have talked to her, and I did. It's just the majority of the time, that's who it was.
Yeah.
I think beauty comes in all freaking shades.
Yeah.
100%.
But you didn't answer the question. I mean, I guess that is kind of the point.
Yeah. But
if you saw a beautiful woman on
100%.
MySpace and was like, ooh.
Yes. But that's not why I married her.
No.
Yeah. So I married her because of her birth. No. I married her.
We gonna get on that one day. Gonna talk about my birthmark because I have always been very insecure about it. But for him, it's like one of his favorite.
You know what?
Features.
If you ask anybody that has a married thing, sometimes you literally can't explain that. Because if you ask a guy and you go, well, how'd you get married, or how'd you know that was the one? Because they will literally go,
it's not
I just knew.
Easy to explain.
I just knew, right? So I literally just knew.
But there's also like different qualities that you can mention. Like I'm a good mother. You saw that I would be a good mother to your children because I was already a good mother.
Sure,
to my
but I didn't know you long enough. Oh yeah, I didn't know you long enough to really. I knew you were a good mom. I'm saying, but that was
initially
major factor that goes, well, I gotta marry her because she's a good mom.
Yeah.
We just clicked.
No,
it was one of those things where you know,
because
you held out for a little while.
I held out.
I'm talking about letting me come in your house.
Boy, bye.
Well, colloquially.
No, I was curious. Like after we had been dating for a while.
Like, bi curious?
I was like, why did it take you so long? Because he had told me his history. This is like when we were deeper in our relationship.
What kind of history?
He told me his history.
A browsing history?
Be quiet. His sexual history. And honestly, I broke up with him after that. I thought he was like a good little white boy. Like,
you broke up with me.
Like I said, I broke up with him.
But I didn't.
Damn well. Let me talk.
Break up with you.
No, you didn't. I broke up with him after he told me his past history because my history is very limited. See? I am
reputation. She wasn't going off the character
girl.
Of this man.
Like legit.
She was going off the character.
I've had my moments. Anyway, yeah, when he told me his history, I was like, oh hell no, that's just too much. I don't want to deal with no man like that who used to be promiscuous like that. No, so I broke up with him. But what the hell was I talking about? I don't even remember.
Something about me and more me. You were like, oh my God.
I don't even remember what point I was trying to make.
Because I told you held out.
Oh yeah, and but it got to a point to where I was like, okay, so if we got back together and stuff, and I just wanted to know, like, so what made you, not have or go for a one night stand with me, or why did you wait so long to mention anything sexual to me or anything like that, which I was happy for that, but at the same time, I was just curious, like, why was I the one that you wasn't, trying to hit on like that?
White boy curious.
Boy, bye.
Curious.
Anyway, so the next thing I guess we can get to is why I married a white person.
No, let's get into the why. Whenever you get mad, you call me a cracker or a honky.
He's lying.
Okay,
I
know. Listen, she's probably gonna edit that out, or she did edit that out.
Edit it out.
But let me tell you, that doesn't affect me, and of course, it doesn't hold the same weight as the N-word. And you can have a little jokes in life, people. We have a comfortable relationship where,
y'all, his barber came over and told us the stories.
Those videos are on my phone. You might see some.
How he used to come to the barbershop and his barber would say something racist to him.
Not like
racist.
Not racist.
Yeah.
Not mean.
Not racist.
Like if I went to the barbershop, because it was a black barber and it was a black barbershop, he'd go, oh well, we don't cut white people's hair. Or something like that, or something. But and then I would play the role because nobody else in the place knew it.
Knew each other.
So I would fall into it and we'd kind of go back and forth, just messing around with everybody. But it was nothing never serious, and everybody ended up laughing. Yeah. It's one of those. That doesn't have to be tense.
I think people know him and know his intent, and they know his barber, the people there, and they know that he's not crazy. He's not going to indulge in like some.
Shout out to Charlie Brown, cowboy.
He's not crazy. He's not going to associate with somebody who he genuinely believes is racist or something, right. Or has bad intent. You know what I mean? And he's known you long enough to know 100%. That you're a genuine dude.
Right.
And that's what led me to even give him a chance, because before him, I had said in my mind, I never thought in a million years I would date or even marry a white man. The only time I had any type of interaction or a crush on a white dude was, I think I was in like a sophomore, and it was a white dude who had French braids, okay? So, we were more like just really good friends.
And once you see me skate, it was a wrap.
Boy, bye. No, the fact that we had mutual friends, and I kind of, through them, I kind of learned his background, and that he wasn't like some out of touch white boy or something like that.
Out of touch?
Yeah, because some of them aren't familiar with black culture, or really don't have black friends and stuff. That was important to me.
But let me say this, because I really got to make this known, and I don't want people to get the wrong perspective of me. Like, I'm not one of these people out here that's either a wigger, or even on the contrary, that's so down for the for every black person, this, that, one,
meaning you're not biased. You can
either way. I try to hold the middle of the road, whether it's politically, and or just about everything. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And it's just one of those things where if I hear something, a conservative viewpoint of some scenario, nothing drastic, whatever, fiscally or financially, I'll be like, I can agree with that, this, that, and the other. But I don't. It's just so I really don't even know that was.
Is it that way or that way?
Oh damn, it's that way. See, look, you get me rambling.
That way. it that way.
You get me rambling and stuff. Anyways, I'm just saying that the reason I say that is because I don't go, oh my God, he's like he's the next Bernie Sanders or whatever. I really, just in life, I have honorable characteristics that for me personally, I really believe that. If I seen somebody being harmed, I would take it upon myself to save that person. If I seen somebody that was racially being unjustified in any situation, I would want to speak up and I would say something. And
better.
100%. But, I'm just not in the spectrum of, I don't belong to 15 groups and this, and this, that, and the other. I don't do all that. I don't get that in depth. Right, she does, but I don't. So, if you see me, say what's up. Don't touch me because I don't shake nobody's hands. Nah, it's weird.
He too friendly.
I really am. I'll say, and that's one thing. When I watch some of these people out here, I know I digress again. Shout out to Jablinski Games again. I did that last couple ones ago. But I really like watching like a Jack Black or even Will Smith or people like that you may not know them personally, but with being a big star or whatever, they really don't have to give their fans any time of day. They really don't. I mean, Jada and Will and their kids. They literally don't have to have a table talk. They literally don't have to have a Jablinski Games. They don't have to do any of that stuff. I just think that's inertly, I just think that's embedded in them so much to be a personable person in life that it just exudes to the greater masses. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If Will Smith is talking about their relationship, I haven't watched, but but you go, oh my God, what I'm saying? Because he's honest or an open book, and it ain't like a scripted, honest, open book like Love and Hip Hop.
Right. That's my show.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Not mine. I can't stand that.
I know. He be like listening.
I cannot stand that.
Kind of in the background while I'm watching it and stuff.
Because guess what? All right. I won't
but listen, I live a drama-free life. I can watch it on TV a little bit.
This is what I'm talking about. I'm making jokes, whatever. I don't say the N-word. But if I see somebody acting ratchet or acting stereotypical ghetto black person, I can absolutely say that, and I'll say that to her. And are you making a face?
Did you say stereotypical black person?
100%. So you don't agree that there's something like that? I said ghetto. No, I didn't say a stereotypical black person. A stereotypical ghetto hood, whatever. That you go. For you even know what I'm saying. Don't play dumb like you don't know what I mean.
I do know what you mean.
Right. and there's a lot of people.
You mean like all the fighting and stuff that they do on? So what is it when white people do it? Trailer park.
That's fine.
Trailer park trash.
That's fine. I'm just saying, as a white person, I'd go, that's trailer park trash, and you could go, oh my God, that don't look right. That's trailer park trash. But if it's two black people, we should be able to both say, oh my God, they so ratchet. They so ratchet. Oh my God, they so ratchet. Whatever. You don't have to say, but that I could say that, and I don't have to say the N-word or any of that kind of bullshit that comes along with it. And it's just so funny that if I'm hanging out with Charles or whatever, and if I've been in situations where they weren't my friends, but I've been in situations where I've been out with a group of people at a restaurant, and let's just say they don't tip, or they tip $1, or whatever, and you like, even if this waitress is working hard and she's doing her best, sometimes it's warranted at least something, a percentage.
Yeah.
And I guarantee there is 100% white people that would do that, for sure. You just gotta call it what it is, what it is. Anyways, I like talking about race. I know it's an uncomfortable subject for some people, but I like talking about it just because I feel as if you should be able to call something bad if it's bad, good if it's good. If there's gray area, there's gray area. And if it's one of those situations where you're not acting right towards people, it should be said. So, I read those comments. Sometimes Brittany gets the rough, or Brittany Dearest, or Fitz Six, or whatever the heck her name is now.
I haven't changed it yet.
She gets those comments. She deletes them. You guys don't get to see them, whether it's good or bad. There's a lot of people out there that use triggering vernacular on purpose as trolling, and whether it's not trolling, then those people are just complete ignorant. She doesn't like it. I find it I just
wants to argue and debate with them.
Well, even that, or just I find it funny because
we get white people calling me the N-word.
Well, or
but again,
W
I've never
or
been
whatever.
called that. My face has always been online.
It's so stupid.
It's stupid.
But that's what's funny to me is just because the cowardness. It's just funny to me. I literally don't
People
acknowledge
call him
that.
trash for dating a black girl. People call me, black people call me all kinds of stuff for dating a white dude or marrying rather, having kids with. It's stupid.
I call you brown skin.
But I don't let it get to me for real because I know who I am. I'm not like what people call, stop it, an Oreo, where like you're out of touch kind of.
An Oreo, no.
Like you choose to be.
I've been an Oreo at the club. 2 girls on each side of me.
Stop
Ooh,
it, weirdo.
That's an Oreo. What are you talking about?
I sound so whack. Stop it, weirdo.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, that just came out randomly. I don't even know. That was
Valley
my
girl.
Oreo coming out.
Valley girl.
But no, I definitely am not one of them type of girls that's like out of touch with reality and stuff like that. I can address things if it's a problem, and you know, I can't help it. My family's black. I grew up. All my friends are black, except like I did have white friends.
I don't know how you guys are on YouTube, but especially if you had 1 million followers, I would hope that you could reach out to the core people, especially that have been with you since day one, and you try your best to reach out to people. But you cannot combat negativity on a regular basis, especially at a scale of like 1 million followers or 1 million views or whatever. It's going to be hard to justify yourself all the time or read this negative stuff, because once you start going down that path, it's just not good. I wouldn't even engage with that. I know for the most part you don't. You just erase it. But
I already have it set up to get blocked.
But there's
good. Certain trigger words that won't even appear in my comments if it has those words. But some people try to misspell it.
Maybe we'll have Momo in there. Like Morgan.
Oh, Momo. I thought you were talking about.
I was talking about
because you know the kid. You are ridiculous.
I'm just being stupid.
But anyway, I don't know what the heck I was talking about. I think I was like kind of going off on a tangent. But I definitely know that. I don't know. What the hell am I even talking about? Anyway.
What you're talking about.
I don't know. I forgot what the hell I was talking about.
If I like Sprite and up was down, then side to side would always be concrete.
No, but I was what the hell? I was about to say I was growing up. I can't even talk now.
This is not.
I think it's because we're getting closer to the restaurant, and I'm so hungry. I can't. My brain is not even functioning.
She's got the same problem as her boy Trump.
That wasn't funny.
When she doesn't have a teleprompter, she starts going off script. And now, because the teleprompter, she reads the teleprompter up here, and she don't. Now she don't have it.
In my family, I grew up around people who were aware of like black cultural things and problems and stuff like that. So I was definitely taught that stuff growing up, but I was not taught to judge all white people and say and believe that they're all racist and stuff like that. My family taught me to have sense and to make sound judgment, and you know, to judge people based off of, like he said, their character, but at the same time, like, don't be stupid, you know.
Don't be stupid.
because
I'm laughing because we had a guy that used to work with me, and he'd always, that was like his tagline, "Don't be stupid now." It's just so, but it's true. It's just so funny.
Yeah.
And when you say,
I mean, we did have a family member who was against our relationship because, and here's the weird thing. I swear, one of the number one reasons before meeting him that I never wanted to date a white dude. And here's the thing: two of my sisters used to call me a hypocrite all the time. Like when I first started dating him, and I had this huge crush. They're like, "You are such a hypocrite," because I was like so like pro-black. And
pro-black.
Well, that's what we call it. Even your sister says now I'm pro-black and stuff. Whatever. I don't go off of all them titles. I just know. I'm black. I can't help but to, you know, represent and be somewhat biased. Just a little. Not much, but a little. But I just felt like we wouldn't be able to relate culturally and stuff like that. It would be an issue.
Time out.
And
Now,
I wasn't really pro interracial relationship, except the one that I grew up around.
Here and now, folks.
But
she had 1% Irish in her. So then she's like, oh, I'm
actually
Irish.
8.
So now, when I get that .001,
I just be playing now.
when I get that .001%, guess who's black? If I get even African,
Guess who's
any
black?
African,
Hey.
any African in me, I'm gonna let that N-word fly.
You a hot ass liar.
Nah, I wouldn't.
He lying.
I'd just be the same
I
old
wouldn't
me.
let it.
But if I find
You ain't got. I
but
know.
if I find
he
out,
can't even tan. You ain't got no African.
but if I find out, okay, fine. That's all a joke. But if I find out
I know.
if I have 10% of Viking in me, ooh, bro,
That was my biggest thing.
My beard's growing out.
Because the Vikings.
I'm about to look like this all the time.
No, because the Vikings on the History Channel was one of my favorite shows. So when I found out that I had 8%, what was it, babe? What are Vikings? Oh, no. Scandinavian. Actually, it was 2% Scandinavian, 8% Irish. But anyway, when I found out I was Scandinavian, yeah, I was claiming the Vikings like it was ridiculous. I'm like, I got Viking heritage.
Now, and me,
whatever. Of course, I'm still proud of
maybe it'll come back. I'm more, you know, I'm from Ireland.
African.
Hi, and then we go, I got you some cities. I may eat me or something, maybe some Lucky Charms or something like that.
Shout out to my Cameroonian sisters and brothers.
3 different times I said, uh-oh, can't put that.
What is it? What does it mean?
I'll tell you off camera.
Really?
Seriously.
I'm putting this up unedited. Y'all gonna catch all our flaws.
Oh, okay.
Unedited.
Joe Rogan podcast talked about it.
What is it?
Shout out to Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan podcast
on,
is a must listen for any male 25
what is that sign you just put
between
up?
25 and 60.
Google it. What is it?
Google it. Don't Google it.
Google that sign.
Momo. Shout out
what
to
does it mean?
to the Momo.
What?
The crazy Momo.
Oh, the statuist thing. Statue.
All right, we're out this piece.
Bye, you guys. We're about to go eat.
About to eat some.
Should I put this up unedited?
Good. We should have did that. We should have did that Facebook Live.
No.
Yes. You know what? We will do that soon.
All right. Bye. See you guys in the next video, I guess. If I'm gonna put this
next
up.
clip, next video,
I don't
next
know
something.
yet.
We'll see.
I might edit him out talking about black people being ratchet.
Nah, upload it.
Nah, we'll see. Bye, guys. Subscribe
and hit the bell.
ding. Yeah.
Pound it. Noggin. See ya.